All must be done as one. If one fails, all fail.
When the Keymaker says, all must work as one, it sounds like the Upanishads, and I hear overtones of Advaita Vedanta.
The Upanishads were scriptures, essentially, that were written about 800 BC. They are texts which discuss philosophy at a deep level. They're probably the earliest serious philosophical texts.
In them is a teaching of monism. Sometimes it's called Advaita Vedanta. And this is the belief that all things are united as one. All things come from the same source, Brahman, who is the foundation of all being. And so the goal of this form of Hinduism is to realize your identity with the all.
A program can either choose to hide here or return to the source.
The machine mainframe.
Yes. Where you must go. Where the path of the one ends.
You could see Reloaded as analogous in some ways to the New Testament, because the New Testament is the Old Testament reloaded, made new. And one of the main concerns of the New Testament, especially Paul's letters, especially viewed from within a Protestant interpretive context, is free will and grace. And this is free will is a central concern of the second film.
Tandy?
Do you already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
Well, the second film seemed to me to shift focus away from epistemology, questions about skepticism and knowledge, towards questions about free will.
You know why we are here. I am a trafficker of information. I know everything I can. The question is, do you know why you are here?
Free will is a deep philosophical problem, and a deep philosophical problem always arises because of two things. On the one hand, it seems things have to be a certain way, but on the other, it seems they can't be. You start off with determinism. Determinism is a combination basically of two claims. The first is that everything which exists or occurs has a cause. The second is that causes make their effects inevitable. You combine those two claims, and you've got a real problem for free will.
We're not here because we're free. We're here because we're not free.
Laplace in the early 19th century gave us the image of physical determinism that we still tend to use. It's very vivid. And he says, in effect, everything that happens in nature is simply the result of the interactions of all the smallest parts, called, the atoms, if you like, or the subatomic particles. If we knew the position of every atom at a moment, and we could predict the next instant, an omniscient demon who had a complete snapshot, in effect, of the universe at any instant could then predict the whole future forever, because what happens at every moment is simply a deterministic outcome of the interaction of those small parts. Contemporary physicists tell us it's wildly wrong, that is, that quantum indeterminacy reigns. But even if that's true, at a more macroscopic level, things seem to be very deterministic indeed in many regards.
You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here and then you obeyed.